Hello everyone and welcome to the 2017 update vlog for the channel. In this I'll be announcing my new series and going over some other changes I'll be making to try and make this year better than previous years and just up the quality in videos in general. And as you can probably tell by the new lighting, there are some pretty significant changes. So I have so much to go over, so let's just start off with probably the most interesting thing, the new series. So I am still keeping the 3-series format, you know, a main series like Rediscovery, a side series like Captive, and a minor series like Time Worn Tower. Now in the past, they really haven't had much of a difference, they're just all kind of equal in uploads and lengths, but I'll go into a bit more of how that will be changing later on. But yeah, I'm still doing 3 series. And I actually did plan out series a lot more this year than I have previously. I actually have a notes of series I'd like to do all the way up until summer. Now this isn't set in stone, but it does give me a lot more to kind of go with and plan for in case something does get delayed, because there actually was a delay in one of the series I was planning to do for now. But yeah, I don't know, it just makes it a little more easier for me to work with planning that far ahead, because before I think I only kind of had like the 1 series ahead, and then that kind of got delayed and caused problems a lot of times, like Untamed Chaos got delayed and such, Ascension even got delayed, so hopefully this will keep uploads a bit more consistent. And I don't know, there's just so many cool series I want to do. I can always slip in another series though if I find something I really want to play, like, oh, I want to play this mod pack when I'm done with this. You know, I can still do that. But anyway, enough rambling about the new schedule or how I outline things, and let's get into the new series. Now, the one thing I want to know about these series before I say what they are, they're all going to be multiplayer, and that was kind of unintentional. Originally, I did want to do a single-player main series, but as I said, there was a problem and I had to delay that back. So I'll mention what that is later, but let me just mention what the new series are right now. So the main series will be Ascension Hardcore, the side series will be Terraria, and the minor series, which will be out in a few weeks, is Planetary Confinement. So starting next week on Monday, or this following Monday after this update vlog goes up, at a loud vehicle, Ascension Hardcore and Terraria will be the uploads for my channel. I already have both of them recorded, and they're pretty fun so far. So, just to explain what they are, Ascension Hardcore is a hardcore Let's Play of my 1.6.4 mod pack Ascension that I Let's Played a few years back. I decided it would be fun to revisit it, or be something cool to try a hardcore of, and I decided to give it its own series and not just a hardcore skirmish. The goal of it is to defeat the 5 legendary beasts, and as I mentioned, it's multiplayer. I have a couple friends with me for the first episodes, and as the series goes on, I'll be changing out people as they die, and just to spice it up and have different people throughout the series. But of course, if they die, they can't come back, and if I die, the series is over. Terraria, on the other hand, is a game I never really played, but I'll go into more of why I picked Terraria and other games on the channel in a bit. But yeah, it's a game I never really played, I know a bit about, and I thought it would be a good game to try going forward anyway, and so far it's been kind of fun, and I recorded that with Akatori, but I also might have other guests in the future. And Planetary Confinement is going to be multiplayer as well. It's a map I played in hardcore a while back, but I didn't beat it, and I wanted to try doing it as a map exploration instead. That's actually part of the reason I didn't make map exploration, so I could do series or maps like Planetary Confinement without them being hardcore. So, that's a lot of stuff to go through. But yeah, the multiplayer stuff though. Originally, I wanted the main series to be Proton, which is a mod pack that I'm interested in playing. The problem was, after doing some playtests of Proton, I realized it's a bit too vanilla-like to follow a vanilla series like Rediscovery. I felt it would be too similar to have them back-to-back, so I had Ascension Hardcore just as an idea off to the side, not really in the schedule, just something I could do, and I was like, I can make that the main series. And that's what happened. So that's kind of what I mean about the schedule. But after Ascension Hardcore, I am planning to Let's Play Proton, so that's a little spoiler stuff ahead. Hopefully that'll be towards the spring sometime, I'm thinking. I don't know, it depends how long the series lasts. Like, Terraria could last months, could last weeks. Really depends how it goes and how we progress. I can't really predict this stuff. Same for Ascension Hardcore. Could be, you know, 50 episodes, 20 episodes. Depends how long it goes. And as for Terraria, so I do want to try bringing a few more non-Minecraft games to this channel. It's still going to be primarily a Minecraft channel, and all the main series will still be Minecraft. You know, like Ascension Hardcore, Rediscovery, Ascension Hardcore, Rediscovery, Ascension, and Untamed Chaos were all my big main series. They're always going to stay Minecraft. It's going to be the side and minor series that are going to be other games. But the thing is, I don't want to have a game as big as Everland 2 was, because that lasted a long time. I want to try and keep the other games shorter, and I also want to keep them more Minecraft-like. I made a list of like Minecraft-like elements I want to focus on in other games, just so there's kind of a similarity in the games on the channel here. So, games focused around building, forging and progression, exploration, and random generation. Those are kind of like the main elements I pick from Minecraft that are in games I like to play. For example, Besiege is about building. It doesn't have like the resource collection or the random world generation of Minecraft, but it has a similar like building theme that both games share. Meanwhile, Terraria has a bit more of all those things actually. So, you know, I want to try and keep those kind of common threads between games and not just have something radically different than Minecraft. But I will be trying to play some other games occasionally. There might be like all Minecraft series sometime, then one non-Minecraft game some other times. But yeah. And another thing, I also am bringing back some old series. You might have noticed that recently, Pixelmon returned. And yeah, I also am considering bringing back some older series like First Impressions as well. But there's no concrete plan there, and they'll probably be more side series, just like weekend uploads, like Pixelmon is. And speaking of uploads, schedule. So that's the next thing to note now that we're done with the new series. Yeah. So the schedule is pretty much going back to the old schedule more or less. I want to try and do 3 uploads a week and 1 on the weekend. And I want to generally keep it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but I still will delay things if needed. Like there could be 2 uploads one week, 4 uploads another, weekdays that is, and then still 1 on the weekend, or maybe there won't be 1 on the weekend. I don't know, but you know, the Monday video is not ready. I will upload on Tuesday instead, or delay it till Wednesday even. So it's generally going to try and stay Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but it still has some wiggle room, like that loose schedule I mentioned the other month. But hopefully it will be more back to the old pace you guys are more used to. Sorry for that cut there, my sinus and throat was really bothering me, although it could also be this very bright light. So I'll touch on that in a second, but another thing I realized when reviewing my notes real quick, I don't think I fully covered the whole multiplayer single player stuff. So the reason there isn't a single player series now is because Proton was meant to be my single player series and it got delayed, and I didn't have any other series I really wanted to do single player, so Ascension Hardcore was kind of originally meant to be like a multiplayer side series and not a main series, but it was made a main series because it kind of had nothing else to fill that role for right now, or nothing else I could get ready in time. But in the future, I would like to try and keep at least one main or one single player series, even if it's not a main series, even if it's like a mod adventure or something, because, well, my channel was kind of built on single player content, and I kind of don't like doing all multiplayer, and I'm kind of a bit worried how this will work, doing all multiplayer right now. But hopefully you guys will enjoy it, because I already did record some Ascension Hardcore and Terraria, and I had a lot of fun with it. Hopefully the videos come out well in editing and are enjoyable, but yeah, I just want to know on that real quick for anyone concerned about, you know, switching over to all multiplayer. I still do want to have some single player content, when focus more on single player content really, just some series will be multiplayer. Anyway, so let's jump ahead to this giant light. So, one thing I wasn't happy with is how this side of my face was always a lot darker, because I have a light over here, but I also have a light way over there in my room, and it wasn't casting enough light on this side of me. And the thing is, I had studio lights for years now. I got them when I was originally considering a green screen, but then I kind of decided I just liked this backdrop enough that I didn't really want to bother, and there really isn't enough space. Like, it doesn't go back that far. So, yeah, I never bothered with a green screen, but because I had these studio lights, I realized, you know what, I should just set one up so I can use it for recording, so the face cam looks a bit clearer. Hopefully it doesn't look like too whited out, and you can see me well enough, and it doesn't just look, you know, white, blurry kind of thing. You can't make out detail because it's too much light, but I don't know, it can be adjusted as needed. But I think this is a good improvement, and hopefully it will make the face cam a little better and not as just, you know, you can barely see me in shadow sort of thing. Because, you know, especially when I record later in the day versus like earlier in the day where I had light from my window, which is also in that direction behind the camera, you know, that would help a lot. So hopefully this makes the face cam as well as vlogs a little clearer in the future, or going forward I should say. Another thing I want to note though about videos. I am enforcing more consistent length. I know I said this so many times, but I am finally doing it. So, the main series will focus on being 20 to 25 minutes. Recently, or the ones I record so far are all around 25, and I think I'm going to aim for around 25, but, that's kind of the general range I want to do for the main series, because, they're the main series, I want them to have more time. The side series are going to be, and the side series and minor series, I should say, are going to be 10 to 20 minutes, and so far I've kept them all around 20 minutes. So if I do something a lot smaller, or even something like, let's say, Pixelmon, that might be 15 minutes, something like Terraria, 20 minutes, something like Ascension Hardcore, 25 minutes. So that's kind of the big difference between, the main series, side series, and minor series. I guess there's not a big difference between side and minor series, though, so that's just a useless term, I guess. But, I don't know, I am going to be forcing the length a little more, and the reason for this is I'd rather upload 2 15-minute videos than one 30-minute video. I'd rather have more uploads than longer uploads, just because personally I like to watch shorter videos. Like, if I don't have a lot of time, it's a lot easier for me to say, oh, I'll watch that 15-minute episode or that 20-minute episode than a 30-minute one. And that's kind of how I would prefer to produce content. A lot of the time, if I do have longer videos, it's just because I lose track of time and try and cram too much in anyway. So I want to try and be better about breaking up that and making more videos than longer videos. And at the same time, that means I could make 2 20-minute videos instead of one 30-minute video too. So there would actually be more content more content per week, or more content in the long run than, I don't know, it just helps me keep up with having more uploads, because if I have longer videos, it's not only more record time, it's more edit time, more render time, and more upload time. So hopefully this will make things, more consistent, as I said before, and make it better on you guys watching, so you can more easily fit them in your schedules, and more easy for me to produce videos. Anyway, that was probably a lot more explanation than I needed for that topic. The other thing I want to do is, it's just titled Video Focus for this section of my notes. So, one thing I really want to do is stop the long recaps. I know I always start off videos with like, okay, since last time I've done this, and we're 8 minutes into the video. I really want to try stopping that. So far I've been good with it, but the multiplayer series just kind of started out. But yeah, I really don't like doing that, and it's just kind of a bad habit. So hopefully I'll be able to stop that in a new series, or not do it as much. And the other thing is Let's Plays in general. So I kind of realized that with some Let's Plays, they aren't really being Let's Plays, and they're just being more playthroughs, and the distinction between it, I think, is a Let's Play responds to comments and reacts with the audience. The viewers are involved. And that means you can't just bulk record a Let's Play, because then you don't see comments and you're just playing by yourself. So that's what I want to try and focus a bit more on. So if you guys do have comments, suggestions, anything you want to mention, I want to be able to react to that in future episodes. Now, because I'm doing multiplayer series, I do have to bulk record a bit, because I can't just record an episode the day before, because I need to try and get people together, and I usually record 3 or 4 at once. So that makes it a little hard to Let's Play it properly, or respond to comments, react to feedback sort of thing, but I still do want to make that a big focus of my Let's Plays, or a bigger focus than it has been before. Because it always has been a focus, but I don't know, if I call something a Let's Play, I really want to make sure I'm not bulk recording it and I am seeing comments and can react to those. So yeah, there's really not much else to say there. But if I do a playthrough, though, it will just be labeled a playthrough and not a Let's Play, and then that's where I could just bulk record the whole game start to finish. The other thing to know. There's so many things to know, and I'm almost done, though. Hopefully this won't be a really, really long vlog, but, it's a big vlog of the year. There's a lot of things to talk about, and my sinus is not making this easy on me either. So the next thing to know, new channel art. So I should have it updated around the time this vlog goes up, but I have a new background for my banner and my avatar, and all the stuff that uses that backdrop. I got to improve backdrop for it. I also have a new end screen, which you'll see at the end of this video, and I have a new facecam frame, because I actually really liked how the end screen turned out. I was like, hey, can I get that in a facecam frame too? Just because it looked a lot better than just the white I had. So hopefully this will make the quality of the videos look a little better, or things look a little more professional around the channel. The actual logo, the bio and BioMasterZap, that hasn't changed, and the thumbnails haven't really changed much, but hopefully this just makes things look a little nicer. And also, I did revise the end screen to the new YouTube layout of the end screen system, instead of playing clips, I'm just going to have the thumbnails there because, well, the YouTube thing will cover up the clips anyway, and I just want to try and make it look consistent and nice, whether you have the end screen stuff shown or not, just kind of look the same. So hopefully you guys don't mind that too much. The only other thing to note is there is a new version of Reflections, the outro music I use, and I was going to try demoing the new version to see which one you guys prefer, but I decided I think I'm just going to keep the old version because, I don't know, the new version's not bad, but I just kind of like the old version, and, you know, if it's not broke, don't fix it sort of thing. But I don't know, that is something I could change in the future if you guys want me to, but it's not that huge of a difference, and I just kind of like the current one. So just thought I'd mention that. And the other things to note, there is, in my About page on my channel, that will be updated, of course, with the new information here, schedule and such. But I am also adding what I call a channel credits and specs. So pretty much it's a page on a Google Doc that just lists who I got all the art from, common things like the background music I use, the texture pack I commonly use, and also PC specs, you know, what I used to record, what my computer is. Just because I feel that stuff should be listed mainly to credit the artists, even if they don't require me to, you know, mention it sort of thing, but I want you guys to be able to know where I got stuff from and how I record, and I just don't want to clutter the About page about it, so I'm giving its own separate page. Hopefully YouTube lets me do that, because I actually haven't put it up yet, but it's something I prepared the other day, and I'm really excited to finally have it. And the other thing to mention, I would like to try adding background music to some videos in appropriate situations. Like if I fight a boss and it doesn't have boss music, I'd like to be able to put some in just to add to that scene, but still something I haven't really done a lot of before. So, I don't know, it's something I'm still learning. I'm not sure how often I'll do it, but at fitting times I'd like to be able to put music to add to the moment. So let's see how that goes. I was mainly actually thinking of doing that in Pixelmon and not so much the Let's Plays right now, but I'm sure that in Ascension Hardcore, if I find fitting music, I'll definitely put it during intense moments where it looks like everyone's gonna die. Because I think we're all gonna die. And the only other things to mention, unless I skipped over something in my notes, I actually have changed how I'm recording these vlogs because you might have noticed before the audio would glitch out at times, and that's because, I think that's because anyway, the face cam, or the webcam, doesn't record at 30 frames per second, and when it kind of changes how its frames record, I think it glitches the audio. So now I'm recording the audio separately, so hopefully you don't notice any desync in the video now because of that, or any noticeable desync, but yeah, hopefully it sounds okay and I don't have to re-record this, that would be horrible. So that's the only other thing, and the final thing is I did do some more render tests, and I found I can improve the quality. I tried changing the bitrate for 720 renders, and also tried 1080p renders, and after you do compression, they all end up about the same. There was no noticeable difference. The 1080p was a slight improvement, but it was not worth the extra time it would take rendering. So at the moment, it is, or I went to a render that is a bit more time saving on my end, a little less render time and a lot less upload time. So you shouldn't notice a drop in quality, or if there is, it should be very slight, but it makes it a bit easier on me. And in the future, I will look into like 60 frames per second, because that might help with quality, and I wasn't able to test that because I currently can't record that consistently. So that's something I'll look into in the future, and I will still be looking at ways to improve the quality, but I think for now I kind of reached the limit of what I currently can do time-wise and computer-wise. So sorry about that, or sorry I can't say quality's going to be a lot better, because I really do hate how pixelated Minecraft can get sometime when there's so much happening on the screen, sort of thing, especially with the face cam, but hopefully the lighting might also help with that a little. I don't know, maybe it won't, probably won't. Anyway, this has been a pretty long vlog. I was hoping to keep this on the short side, but I think I covered everything in my notes. If I didn't, I'll mention in a comment or something on the video elsewhere, or save it for the next vlog. But yeah, I'm really excited for the new series and such going forward. I'm really happy with how all the new artwork and all these changes like the new lighting for the channel turned out. I really hope the quality is noticeably better, or it just kind of makes the channel feel more professional overall. And the new series, it's a bit of strange territory doing multiplayers, but I've been enjoying it so far, and hopefully you guys enjoy the series as well. Anyway, this has been an update vlog for the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and until next time, goodbye.